Oh my God, please work. All right. Hello and welcome to another edition of New Jersey Nationals Baseball. We're here at Immaculata University at their college baseball field, Immaculata, Pennsylvania. My name is Zach Smolin, and the Nationals are here to take on Team Steel. Team Steel is a team wearing basically what the Toronto Blue Jays are wearing. They have that classic blue jerseys with the white letters right there, or numbers rather, on the back. They have Steel written across the front in block letters in white with a red down in the front. They have blue caps with a red logo right there in the front.
What are we broadcasting on today?
Well, so today Mixlr is not working today, so we're broadcasting to you live on YouTube Live today. We're doing an audio-only broadcast, though. I don't have my camera set up for me. We'll have a link sent out shortly. We'll get that ready to go for you. But if you look for New Jersey Nationals Baseball on YouTube, you should be able to find us pretty easily. But if you're listening, you already know that. So the Nationals will be away. This is game 3 of their showcase. The Nationals in their Carolina blue jerseys, wearing the white pants with the powder blue jerseys. Nationals written in cursive across the front with the white letters and white numbers on the back with their white pants and the powder blue socks with blocking stripes. You guessed it, colored white. So we're all ready to go now that part of the description's over. First off, to bat for the Nationals is going to be Paul Conklin, the lefty. He batted leadoff earlier this week, or rather last week, in a scrimmage game against Watica. And the first pitch from Noto is upstairs for ball, count 1-0. So we're underway here. Making sure to send the link out. It's a 1-0 to Conklin. Cut on a miss on the upstairs fastball. And the count moving at 1-1. Conklin on the season hitting .273 with 3 runs scored. He also gets on base at a .467 clip. And that's why the Nationals have moved him up to the top of the order. That fastball clips the outside corner for a strike. And the count now 1-2. The Nationals' usual leadoff hitter, Joshua Miller's moved down to 7 in the order today. Just wanted to throw a different look in. As he swings and misses at that one, so Conklin faces 4 pitches, swings at 2 of them, and takes one for a strike, and he's down swinging for the first out of the inning. So here comes Anthony Steroni, another left-handed batter for the Nationals, stacking the top of the order with lefties. And the first pitch to him is outside for a ball, and the count now 1-0. Steroni on the year. He's starting in left field today, hitting .455, gets on base at a .647 percentage as this one gets fouled away. He's also driven in 4 runs. So the count even at 1-1. We'll give you the Nationals' full lineup in just a moment. We'll wait for this pitch to come in. And he deals. Swung on this one, fouled again down the left side into the screen. And the count 1-2 strikes. Paul Conklin, you saw, is leading off in right field. Anthony Steroni bats second. Justin Rivera bats third. Brian Dino in his mainstay spot batting cleanup. Jack Montalto bats fifth. Santiago Jimenez, the shortstop, bats sixth. As this one is laced into center field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Hustling over to first is Steroni. And the Nationals have their first base hit of the ballgame. So we'll continue with the lineup. After Jimenez is Joshua Miller, the center fielder. Anthony Klitsch bats 8th. Michael Mastrangelo is behind the plate. He bats 9th. And Dante Ricci bats 10th and rounds out the order. So here comes Justin Rivera. Rivera hitting .588 on the season. And this one bounces and gets back to the backstop. Bounces away from the catcher in front and allows Steroni to advance over to second base on the pass ball. So it'll be a ball and strike to Rivera. Rivera also leads the team with 8 RBI, and he has a .708 on base percentage. Perfectly slotted there in the 3. As this one's grounded over to third, checks on the runner, fires it over to first. Steroni's going to try for third. He slides in under the tag. So good heads-up base running by Steroni, reading the play the whole way. Rivera's out. on the 5-3, but now the Nationals have a runner 90 feet from home with their cleanup hitter Brian Dino coming to the plate. Dino batting from the right side, and he delivers. So one misses low for a ball, count 1-0. And here comes the 1-0. This one misses low and away. Took a little bit off of that one. Now it's 2 balls, no strikes. Dino with an advantageous count here with 2 outs, runner on third base. Base hit gives the Nationals an early lead here in Immaculata University. In Game 3 of this All-Star Baseball Academy Showcase, this one misses low and away as well. Same spot as the 1-0 pitch, and now Dino's worked the count to 3-0. And the 3-0. Get me over fastball misses upstairs, so Dino sees 4 pitches and works himself a walk. That'll send up Jack Montalto. Montalto hitting .214 on the season with a pair of RBI. Also got himself an extra base hit. On base percentage of .353. Batting in the 5 spot today. And Noto delivers. This one misses low for a ball and count 1-0. Defense for Team Steel. Flood is in left field. Real is in center. Duffy's over in right. Lofton's the third baseman with Boyle the shortstop and Walensky at second base. Filling out the middle infield, Rodriguez is at first. Lemondola's behind the plate with Noto on the mound. So it'll be a 1-0 to Montalto. As this one clips the outside corner for a strike, count even at 1-1. So it's 1-1 with runner corners. Gino takes off for second. This one misses low and away, gets away from the catcher. Here comes Cerrone. Cerrone's going to try to get home, and he's safe. He got in there under the tag. They tagged him right on the helmet. The umpire says not in time. The Nationals take a 1-0 lead on the wild pitch. So give Dino a stolen base at second as he went off before the throw. And Cerrone ends up at home on the wild pitch. And that equals 1 run for the New Jersey Nationals. As this one is laced foul into the Team Steel dugout. Just misses hitting a player. And the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, top of the first inning with 2 outs. Nationals have taken a 1-0 lead due to some excellent base running by Anthony Cerrone. And he deals. This one is tipped foul and deflects off the catcher's gear. And we'll do the 1-2 all over again. So I'm trying to get this link set out to everybody. But, of course, you can search New Jersey Nationals baseball on YouTube, and that should get it going. And the 1-2, this one is laced foul to the right side, hits the netting. There's netting extended down to the beginning of both dugouts, so it protects everybody from behind the plate and immediately down the first and third base lines. All right, so this one is laced into left field. It's popped up, and Flood is there. And that'll do it for the first inning. But the Nationals push 1 run across on 1 hit. They leave 1 man on base. At the end of half an inning, it's a 1-0 Nationals lead with Team Steel coming to bat. And with that, we can give you Team Steel's lineup as Justin Rivera warms up. Lofton, the third baseman, leans off with Real, the center fielder, batting second. Behind him is Boyle, the shortstop, batting third. Cleaning things up will be Rodriguez, the first baseman. Noto, the starting pitcher, bats fifth, followed by Flood, the left fielder. Duffy bats seventh, plays right field. Steiner is the EH in the lineup, bats eighth. Lamandola behind the plate, bats ninth. And Walensky, the second baseman, rounds out the order and bats 10th. So we seem to be having some sort of trouble with our link. Because we do have somebody tuned in, and we thank you for tuning in, sharing your Sunday morning here with us, but we're having a hard time getting it out to everybody. So with that, we can give you the national starting defense as well. Anthony Cerrone left, Joshua Miller in center, with Dante Reed plays third. Adjacent to him is Santiago Jimenez, the shortstop. Over at second base, we see Copeland Culp, who's not in the starting lineup, but they'll be rotating guys in and out. Brian Dino's over at first base. Justin Rivera's on the mound, and his battery mate behind the plate is Michael Mastrangelo. And the first pitch is fouled over the netting and out of play. Nobody in danger of getting hit there. And the count 0-1. So during the showcase, there are scouts and coaches from different colleges. Today, Felician College, Jefferson, Immaculata, and Marshall have all sent representatives to check out these two squads. And this pitch misses inside for a ball. And the count even at 1-1. I was talking to Felician University coach before the game, and he was telling me he's mostly looking for guys in the 2021 graduating high school classes. They're pretty much filled up with their 2020 commitments, as the 1-1 misses low in the count. Now 2-1 from Rivera. He's also the pitching coach, said to keep an eye on guys that throw a lot of strikes. He said that Felician, they don't care a whole lot about velocity. As long as you paint the strike zone or are able to hit your spots, that's what they like to look for. As this one is popped up into center field. Miller ranges over to his left and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So one batter, one out for Rivera, and that'll send up Real. Real, the starting center fielder, digs in from the right-handed batter's box. Rivera sets high, then gets it down to about chest level, and the breaking pitch misses upstairs and in for a ball count 1-0. And the one thing that I find a bit unusual about these showcases is the fact that the scouts and coaches are allowed on the field during the game. I just think it's a little bizarre, as this pitch is in there for a strike in the inside quarter. A nice fastball there, and the count even at 1-1. And I know it's commonplace for the showcase. It's just odd to see a coach just standing in the middle of the field. And here comes the 1-1 from Rivera. Good fastball there at the knees for a strike, and the count now 1-2. Once again, Nationals with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning with one out. Rivera got a fly out to the center fielder. The Nationals scored with Anthony Cerrone getting himself over to first base with a single and then traveling all around the base paths. This one's chopped over to Montalto. Bounces out of his glove. He fires to first, and a head-first slide gets Real in there in time. So that'll be an infield single. So it's a single on the ground ball to Montalto. Here's the number 3 hitter, Boyle. Boyle wearing the number 99, starting shortstop for this squad. As he looks in, slide steps, and Mastrangelo blocks it and keeps it in front, able to keep the base runner at bay over there at first base. And count 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. The runner on first base is Real, the number 2 hitter. And he delivers. Runner takes off from second. This one is slapped into right field. Ricci coming in on it. He can't get there in time. Because the ball was hit so shallow, though, and Ricci was hustling in hard on it, the hit and run only allows Real to advance where he would go anyway. So now it's runners on first and third with the cleanup hitter Rodriguez coming to the plate. Here comes Rodriguez with the open stance, batting from the right-handed batter's box. Rivera looks back, kicks, and delivers. Fastball right in there, and he was right on it, fouled it straight back. And the count 0-1. Rivera's thrown 11 pitches so far, 7 of them for strikes. It's a beautiful day here in southeastern Pennsylvania, right at Immaculata University. We've gotten really lucky with the weather the past 2 days after rain all week long. And Rivera deals the 0-1, so took a little bit off. This one popped up. Rivera's going to take it himself as the infield fly rule was called anyway, and that's the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Noto. Noto's the first lefty in this team steal order. He's the starting pitcher in today's contest. And Rivera deals. Swung on, and this one is hit hard and deep into right field. Ricci's tracking back, all the way back. It bounces in front of the wall. Real's going to come around to score easily. Following in his footsteps is Boyle, and it's a 2 RBI double for Noto. And just like that, Team Steel has taken a 2-1 lead. So this is a wood bat tournament, and I'm pretty sure if he was using an aluminum bat with that one, that would have left the ballpark. But instead, it's a double, drives in a pair of runs. As Noto able to help himself there and give his team a 2-1 lead and sends up Flood. And he delivers. This one misses upstairs for a ball and the count 1-0. And Rivera deals. Breaking pitch misses badly inside and plunks him. So that'll put runners on first and second with 2 outs. It's the bottom of the first inning. The Nationals scored a run in their top half of the inning, but now Team Steel fighting right back with the 2 RBI double by Noto. Now Duffy at the plate, another left-hander. Comes up here with runners on first and second. Force at any infield base here, and Rivera delivers. This one misses upstairs at the letters for a ball. The count 1-0. Umpires at this level usually either call them right at the letters or they don't like it and they'll call it at the number that's usually below it. So this umpire today seems to be having a little bit of a lower strike zone. And he delivers the 1-0, misses inside, and the count 2-0 now. It's Rivera's 17th pitch. He's done 4 of his last 6 off the plate, so struggling with his control a little bit with 2 outs. This one missed low again, the count now 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning here at Immaculata University. The Nationals taking on Team Steel. Team Steel is taking a 2-1 lead. And the pitch. Swung on. This one popped up. Kolb waves everybody off and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So Team Steel gets 2 runs on 3 hits, leaves 2 men on base. At the end of an inning, it's a 2-1 Team Steel lead over the Nationals, and New Jersey coming back to bat. New Jersey will send up Santiago Jimenez, Joshua Miller, and Anthony Klitsch to the plate. As Noto's going to trot out there for a second inning of work. I'm up here in a pretty nice press box here at Immaculata. All the windows in the front are open. There's an excellent vantage point. It's a little bit smaller, but I'll go as far to say it's nicer than Villanova's that I was up in yesterday. It was a little dark. The windows had too many bars. The front windows didn't open. It was still really nice, and the Division One field was incredibly nice to broadcast at. I'm very grateful to be over there. But just a nice, more open atmosphere here at Immaculata, and I really am appreciating it up here. So we're about 22 minutes into this contest. There's a 2-hour time limit. But so far, that hasn't been a problem. Both games for the Nationals, their 7-1 victory over the Futures team, and then yesterday's 1-0 loss against South Jersey Elite. Both games went all 7 innings. And in fact, the Nationals had already lost a game against South Jersey Elite, but they played the latter half of the 7th inning to make sure that the players got an extra 3 outs of work to showcase their talents to the coaches. So Santiago Jimenez will be the first batter coming up. He's batting in the 6th spot. He's been over in the 5th spot in the order. He's hitting .400 on the season. He's second on the team with 7 RBI. Has 2 extra base hits. He had a triple. I believe he had a triple yesterday. Yes, that drove in a pair of runs. That was over in the first game over at Phoenixville High School. As Coach Gibbs trots out. Coach Gibbs has his college graduation party yesterday. Now he's down here today. And the pitch from Noto is swung on. This one is laced over the second baseman's head and lands into the gap in left center field. Jimenez is going to try for second base here. The third of the cutoff, man. It's cut off. He slides over to second. It's a leadoff double. Santiago Jimenez taking advantage, hitting that ball the other way in the right center gap. And he's got himself a leadoff double, putting the tying run over at second base. So here comes Joshua Miller. Miller hitting .333 on the season. On-base percentage of .368. As the first pitch is laid in there right over the heart of the plate for a strike, and count 0-1. Miller this year is 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position, so good chance to knock in Jimenez here. And he deals. Misses away with the fastball, and count now even at 1-1. Miller is slick fielding center field. They're usually leading off. They wanted to give a little bit of a different look today, the Nationals did, so they stacked some lefties up at the top of the order, gave Paul Conklin a shot, as this one is over the outside corner, right on the black, and the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 count, Jimenez over at second base. The Nationals trailing 2-1, but the tying run is in scoring position with one of their better hitters at the plate. Noto checks over at second, and he deals. This one misses way upstairs. Try to get Miller to chase. Count now even at 2-2. We'd like to thank you for rolling with the punches with us. Our normal internet radio broadcast on MixLR isn't working, as that whole website has just been down. They're having major server issues, as this one is slapped the other way through the hole on the right side for a base hit. Jimenez is going to round third. They're going to try to score him. Here comes the throw home. It's cut off by the first baseman. He slides in. He's in there. It's an RBI single by Joshua Miller, and the game's all tied up at 2. So good job by these Nationals right-handed hitters slapping that ball the other way. And it results in a tie ball game. So it's 2-2 with Miller over at first base. And that'll send up Anthony Klitsch. Klitsch is hitting .333 on the year with 3 RBI. As Miller is almost caught napping. The pitch was blocked in front of the plate. It's 1 ball, no strikes. He took a big secondary lead, but opted to not advance. Klitsch had a big 2 RBI single in yesterday's game after a walk to Mastrangelo. Started off the scoring, but that busted the game open 3-0, as this one is thrown over, not in time. And I just checked MixLR again. I checked it before the game, checked it again. They're still completely offline, having big server issues. So hopefully for next weekend's game, we'll have things going for you. And the pitch from Noto is in there for a strike count. 1 ball, 1 strike. checks over at Miller over at first base. And they caught Miller leaning, and he's got him! Miller was leaning over to the second base side, and the pickoff is in time. So Miller picked off over there at first base, and that's the first out of the inning. So now it's a 1-1 to Klitsch with nobody on and 1 out. And he delivers. This one misses away for a ball, and the count now 2 balls, 1 strike to Klitsch. So I was going to give you the stolen base numbers for Miller, but I guess I'll just wait till the next time he comes up. And he winds, fires. This one misses low and away as well, and it's a 3-1 count to Klitsch. As Noto looks in, it's a tie ball game, 2-2. Both teams with 2 runs on 3 hits. And Noto delivers. This one is a strike on the outside corner. Good fastball there, and the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes as Coach Pavetti goes over to talk to Michael Mastrangelo over in the on deck area. And here comes the payoff. Misses up and in, and Klitsch works himself a 6-pitch walk. So the Nationals now with a runner on first base and 1 out. Here in the top of the second inning, here comes Mastrangelo. The 16U Nationals backstop is hitting .286 with 5 RBI and also 3 runs scored. He's 4 for 14 with an on-base percentage of .474 and a contact percentage of .786, so doesn't strike out a lot. Puts the ball in play, and he delivers. This one is in there at the knees for a strike, count 0-1. I'm really loving this umpire's very vocal strike calls. Yesterday at Villanova, I had no idea if it was a ball or a strike. The umpire didn't really say much, didn't really do much for strikes, and even on strikeouts, didn't even do a punch-out motion with his arm. So glad I'm able to figure it out here. This one, look out, is way up and in, and the count now even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Anthony Klitsch over at first base. The Nationals scored a run on a Santiago Jimenez double to lead off the inning, and then he was driven in by a Kyle Miller single to the opposite field. Here comes the 1-1 as this one is laced into left field and tips off the third baseman's glove. Almost an incredible play by Lofton. They try for the force at second, and that's not in time, so it's a base hit. Lofton almost with a highlight play right there, but just missed as it tipped off the top of his glove. And now the Nationals have runners on first and second here with the number 9 hitter, Dante Ricci, coming to the plate. Ricci does not have a hit in 5 at-bats so far as he takes this one in there for a strike, although he has walked 3 times, has been hit by a pitch, and that's resulted in 3 runs scored. So when he gets on base, he does some damage. As Noto's going to step off. Noto's at 35 pitches, 20 for strikes. So he checks on the runner on second base and delivers. This one, a strike on the black on the outside corner. And the count now 0-2. Ricci was a winning pitcher in yesterday's first game through 4 no-hit innings. Only allowed 2 base runners on a walk and a reach on an error. As this one misses low for a ball. Try to get him to chase something downstairs. But most batters are high ball hitters, so you're not going to get a lot of guys to chase on those low fastballs. You need to have some sort of movement or bite to those pitches to get him to chase. So Ricci laying off there. And the 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner as Ricci sent down looking, and that's the second out of the inning. So here comes the leadoff hitter, Paul Conklin. Conklin 0 for 1. He struck out swinging his first trip to the plate. So he comes up here with 2 outs and 2 on. Klitsch is over at second base with Mastrangelo at first. As Noto checks over and delivers, Conklin swings and misses at that first offering. And the count 0-1. Noto was working away from him in the first inning, and it seemed to work here again against Conklin as he flailed at that pitch outside. He did the same thing to Anthony Steroni on the first pitch, but then left one too far inside as he cuts on and misses at that one and falls behind quickly 0-2. So it's no balls, 2 strikes. It's a 2-2 ball game here in the top of the second inning. This will be the last game of the showcase. No tournament, so no tournament play. So you just play 3 games. Show your stuff to the college coaches. And no deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. So the Nationals, though, are able to score a run on a pair, or actually a trio of hits. They leave 2 men on base, and at the end of 1.5, it's a 2-2 ball game with Team Steel coming to bat. So line scores so far: the Nationals 2 runs on 4 hits, 3 men left on base. Team Steel 2 runs on 3 hits. They've left 2 aboard as Rivera comes out for a second inning of work. And no rotation for the Nationals defense, so everybody out there that was there in the beginning. Yeah, so we're going to move over and we're going to give you guys some video here. It's the second time that we've actually gotten you some video on our Nationals broadcast. So sorry I didn't get this to you right from the beginning, but then I was thinking about it for a little bit. I'm like, you know what? This is an excellent vantage point. Somebody's got to let me know and text me since I can't see the front of my laptop. But if you guys can see the whole field, that works for everybody. So it's going to be the 8, 9, and 10 hitters in the Team Steel order. Steinhardt, Lamendola, and Walensky all coming up. And Steinhardt, the righty, will face off against Rivera's first pitch here. And here it comes. It's a fastball, misses upstairs for a ball, and count 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, a 2-2 tie ball game. So Nationals have put up a run in each of their innings. Team Steel scored both of their runs in the bottom of the first. This one in on the inside corner, first strike. Rivera sets, kicks, fires. This one is dribbled foul. The count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rivera checking in. And he delivers. This one misses low and away for a ball. And the count now even at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the number 8 batter in the order, Steinhardt. He is the extra hitter in this lineup of 10 for Team Steel. And the 2-2 swung on. This one is lifted in the air to right center field. Ricci ranging over and making the catch, and he retires him for the first out of the inning. So we're working here with a static camera now. Much better point than we had at Phoenixville High School, where we're going through a series of chain link fences down the third baseline. So here comes Lamendola. Lamendola is the backstop for this Team Steel team as Rivera delivers. This one misses low out of the zone, and the count now 1-0. So you can see the Nationals infielders playing a little bit back, especially in the middle infield. Middle playing a somewhat shallow center. And he delivers. This one misses inside, and count now 2-0. Rivera now at an even 13 balls and 13 strikes for his 26 pitches. He's got one out here in the bottom of the second with nobody on. And he deals. This is upstairs above the letters. Count now 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. And Rivera with the get me over pitch misses low, and he walks him on 4 pitches. So that'll send up Walensky. Walensky about the same size as Anthony Steroni. A little bit on the shorter side for this age group. Stepping in the right on first base to work with as he throws over not in time. And the runner takes off. The throw's it's a strike, and the throw is way away and it ends up in center field. So it's a strike on the play, but Amendola gets over to second base with a stolen base. And now runner in scoring position. That's a go-ahead run over at second base with the number 10 hitter at the plate for Team Steel. So it'll be an 0-1 count to Walensky. And he fires. This one hits the black on the outside corner for a strike, and now 0-2. So after walking Amendola on 4 pitches, he's got an 0-2 count here to Walensky. Here comes the 0-2. Off-speed pitch misses low and away. That one ends up in the dirt in the left-handed batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The runner at second base is Amendola, the number 9 batter in the order. Steinhardt was retired, and they're going to pick him off a second. The throw's in time. They catch him napping. Jimenez trailed over, snuck behind him. And it's a 1-6 pickoff there for the second out of the inning. So we've seen 2 pickoffs already. One against the Nationals over at first base, and now one for them. So now a much easier, more manageable situation here. 1-2 count with 2 outs. Rivera deals. This one is hit over to Culpa at second base, or rather fires over to first, and that'll do it. It was not Culpa. I'll get you who it was in just a moment. But we'll wrap up the inning real quick. No runs on, no hits, nobody left on base. At the end of 2 innings, it's a tie ball game with the Nationals coming to bat. The Nationals will have their 2, 3, and 4 hitters all coming up. It'll be Steroni, Rivera, and Dino all coming to the plate. As Noda comes out for inning number 3 of work. So it was actually Julian Pastor making that play. Over there at second base. Here's the problem. I don't have his number saved for whatever reason in my scorebook. So I had that mixed up. So Noto warming up for inning number 3 of work. So here comes Steroni. Steroni got things going over in the first inning for the Nationals. He had a base hit with 1 out to get things started. Then came all the way around to scoring a wild pitch and a series of other events. And Noto delivers, and it's a bunt, and it's a beautiful bunt down the third base line. It's picked up by Noto. He's got one play to first, not nearly in time to catch the speedy Cerrone. And now he's two for two with a pair of base hits of very different styles. So Cerrone had that line drive single into the outfield, and now a bunt single down the third baseline, and that'll send up Justin Rivera. So Rivera 0 for 1 with a ground out. That was able to advance Cerrone over to third base. Cerrone had stolen second base, was advanced to third on the ground out, then scored on the wild pitch. Here he goes off for second. The throw is in time. They catch him. A great throw from Lamendola, followed by a tremendous tag over by Walensky, and that's the first out of the inning. The pitch was a strike to Rivera. So facing 0-1 with one out. So the Nationals get a nice bunt single, but then they waste it as he's caught stealing over there at second base. And they're meeting over with the catcher. There seems to be something wrong with his helmet. The straps and other apparatuses that are keeping everything together seem to be a bit loose. So they're telling him to hold here. So the bases are empty with one out in the top of the third. It's a tie ball game, 2-2. And he deals. This one is lifted way in the air in left field. Going back on it, tracking it down is Flood. Makes a nice play over there in left and retires Rivera for the second out of the inning. Nice play over there by Flood. That was hit way over his head, but he turned his hips, went over to the side, and made the play. And that's out number 2. So that'll send up number 4 hitter in the Nationals order, Brian Dino. He's 0 for 0 with a walk. This looks like Will Lombardo warming up in the bullpen over there in center field. This one misses low and in for a ball. Dino, the Nationals cleanup hitter, is third on the team with 6 RBI, hitting 158 on the season. As this one misses up and away for a ball count 2-0. It's got a .333 on base percentage. And the 2-0. This one in there on the outside corner for a strike. The count out 2-1. And he delivers. This one misses away as well, and the count now 3-1. So it's 3-1 to the Nationals' first baseman. He also threw 3 perfect innings over in game number 2 yesterday. And the 3-1. This one clips the inside corner for a strike. The count runs full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the third inning of a 2-2 ball game here at Immaculata University in Immaculata, Pennsylvania. And here comes the payoff. Swung on. This one is chopped up the middle. It's going to be picked up by Boyle. Fires over to first and retires him for the final out of the inning. So the Nationals, no runs on 1 hit. Nobody left on base at the end of 2.5. It's a 2-2 ball game with Team Steel coming to the plate. So we head into the bottom of the third inning, 47 minutes into the ball game, cruising along. Still on pace here to play all 7, which is the goal in these showcase games. And Copeland Culp going to take over at the mound. So Cope now coming in, and we'll give you the rest of the Nationals defense in a moment. Is Julian Pastor going to stay there? Over at second base, it's going to be Anthony Klitsch at third with Dino over at first. As Paul Conklin moves himself over to right field, and everything else is the same. So we'll give you the updated defense in a moment. So Cerrone over there in left field, Joshua Miller is in center. Those are the mainstays. Paul Conklin moves over to right field. Anthony Klitsch goes to third. Santiago Jimenez is going to stay at short. Julian Pastor stays at second from last inning. Brian Dino at first base, Mastrangelo behind the plate, and Copeland Culp is now taking his warm-up tosses. So we'll give you the final numbers on Rivera. Rivera, through 2 innings pitched, allowed 2 runs, both of them earned on 3 hits. He walked a batter and did not record a strikeout. He also hit 1 batter. Count 1-0. So Culp coming on in. He must have been the person that was warming up. I thought it might have been Will Lombardo, as I heard rumblings that he might be getting a third appearance today. So it's a 2-0 count. He pitched in the first 2 contests as well, but very short spurts. And the 2-0 is chopped over to third, and it's a foul ball. And the 2-1 is fouled away over to the left side yet again. Now the count even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the first batter of this inning. It's Lofton, the leadoff batter. This one sails way upstairs. And the count now full 3-2. Lofton's 0 for 1 with a fly out. And following him will be Reel and Boyle. It's the top of the team steal order. So a fresh start here. It's a tie ball game. And he delivers. This one is lifted into left field. Cerrone has to backtrack a little bit, and he puts him away for the first out of the inning. So an F7 to start things going in the bottom of the third. And here comes Reel, who's 1 for 1 with a single. That tipped off of Mastrangelo's glove pretty hard as this one misses low and in for a ball, and the count 1-0. Awaiting on deck is Boyle, the shortstop, number 3 hitter, batting from the right side, but at the plate is Reel, the right-handed batter. As this one bounces inside as well. Count 2-0. It looks like Reel's got a Nationals blue bat, as we saw. So kind of similar to the one. So I was traveling with Coach Bravetti a little bit yesterday. We grabbed lunch between games, as this one is popped up foul and out of play. And he had this really nice Nationals bat in the back of his car. Had that coloring in with the classic tan wood finish as well for the handle. And he delivers this one slap through down the left side for a base hit. Reel is going to take an aggressive turn off of first. He goes almost a third of the way down as the ball dribbles away. And Dino's going to pick it up. So he gets over to second base on the throw. It's a leadoff single. He ends up at second, or rather a 1-out single. And now runner in scoring position with the number 3 batter come to the plate. So nice single down the left side. Runner in scoring position here for Boyle, the shortstop. So 1 out, runner on second base. Number 3 hitter at the plate, Culp deals. And this one is low. Good block by Mastrangelo. Count 1-0. Peers over at the runner. Slide step delivery. This one is fouled straight back and up here. Culp heads himself back to the mound. It's a 1-1 count as he squats in and checks the signs. Here comes the 1-1. This one is slapped the other way, and it's going to dunk in there foul and count 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes with the runner on second base. It's Real, the number 2 batter. Staying over there in scoring position as they bring the foul ball back into play. I'd like to thank you for tuning in here, sharing your Sunday morning with us here on the New Jersey Nationals video network over here. Our typical radio broadcast has not been working as this one is fouled back, but we got lucky here. We have a good vantage point. So taking advantage of our YouTube live channel and my front-facing camera, we're able to get you some video action, a lot better than what we were able to give you in Phoenixville. So we're looking pretty good here. Culp delivers the 1-2. It's a breaking pitch. This one is laced, and it's an RBI single by Boyle, and Team Steel takes himself a 3-2 lead. So here comes Rodriguez. He's 0 for 1. Popped the one up in the infield with runners on first and second as this one fouls away. He was out on the infield fly roll. Culp with 15 pitches so far in his 1/3 of an inning pitch, 9 of them for strikes. Can get out of the inning with a well-placed ground ball here. This breaking pitch clips the inside corner for a strike. Count now 0-2. Nationals pitchers have yet to strike out a batter so far, as there's a pair of Nationals warming up in the bullpen again. They're now seated. And he delivers. Runner takes off. This one is popped up into shallow center field. Miller's coming on and makes the catch. And he's not going to risk the throw over to first base. So a nice running catch over there by Joshua Miller in center. And he retires Rodriguez for the second out of the inning. So here comes Noto, 1 for 1 with a double. He drove in a pair of runs, helped himself. He's responsible for both of the runs that his team has tacked on. And this one is cut on and missed on the low pitch. Below the knees and the count 0-1. Boyle faked like he was going to break for second. Decided against it. Culp delivers. This time he's taken off. Mastrangelo fires down to second. The throw is good, but it's not in time. That pitch missed away, so it's another stolen base for Team Steel. And it'll be a 1-1 count with 2 outs. Team Steel with a 3-2 lead here. It's a 1-1 count to Noto with 2 outs. And he delivers. This one swung on and just gets through Paster's glove. That's going to be a base hit. Conklin's going to fire it in. Dino covers it off. Here's the throw home. It is in time. The 9-3-2 gets him at home, and they preserve it at a 3-2 ball game. But Team Steel gets 1 run on 2 hits. Rather, 3 hits, as that one in there for a single. with one man left on base at the end of 3 innings. It's a 3-2 ball game, and it was kept that way by a highlight play to come to bat and try to come back. So just typing in some stats here. We'll get down. We'll give you Noto's numbers so far today as soon as my tablet decides to load for me. So Noto's out for his 4th inning of work, but through 3 innings, he's thrown 51 pitches, 31 of them for strikes, allowed 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, and he struck out 3. That's the numbers for Noto. Noto's probably in his final inning of work, as I was talking to the Team Steel coach earlier. They said give him about 4 or 5. Then Rodriguez had come in the game. So I've set up Jack Montalto, who will lead things off here in the top of the 4th inning. It'll be Montalto, Jimenez, and Miller, as the Nationals will try to scratch their way back in and come back from this 3-2 deficit. And the throw is down to the shortstop, and looks like we're ready to start the 4th. Just about to hit the 1 hour mark here. 3 outs away from being halfway through the contest. And Noto delivers. This one is swung on and laced right up the middle, and that's a base hit. It seems like he might have cracked his bat there by the sound of it, but Montalto happily trade the bat for a base hit. And it indeed is broken, as Jimenez was going to come out and try to use it. But Montalto puts the Nationals in business here with a runner on first base and nobody out. Jimenez 1 for 1 with the double. So he also scored a run in the 2nd inning off the RBI hit by Joshua Miller. So Montalto taking his leaning lead off of first base. He likes to lean towards second base. He delivers. This one is low for a ball. Count 1-0. One ball, no strikes. He deals. This one misses upstairs and in with the fastball. And the count now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes with nobody out in the top of the 4th. Nationals trailing 3-2 to Team Steel. Jack Montalto laid off the inning with a single right up the middle. And they're going to check on him, and it's not in time. Noto fires the 2-0, and he gets him to swing at the upstairs fastball. Count now 2-1. And he delivers. This one misses low and away, and the count now 3-1. So Jimenez, with a 3-1 count to work with, he's got a runner on first base with nobody out. Nationals trying to tack on another run here in the 4th. Noto's going to look in, grab his signs, check on Montalto, who's taking a massive lead there over first base. As this one is dribbled over to short, it's picked up by Boyle, and it tips off his glove. He's got no play. So Jimenez gets in there on the E6. And the Nationals now have 2 runners on base, and here comes Joshua Miller, almost like Kyle Miller, as there's another center fielding Miller for the Nationals. That's over up at the 17 and 18s. As he bunts this one, gets right in front of the catcher, he checks over at third, he throws to first, and gets away from him. Miller beat the throw. Here comes Montalto over, he'll score. And now it's a tie ball game at 3 as the throw goes wild, but Jimenez can advance. So give Miller a bunt single, but no RBI off the error that advanced the runner, and it's now a 3-3 ball game. Now his runners on second and third. The first pitch to Klitsch in there for a strike, count 0-1. Klitsch walked in his first plate appearance. Now up here with 2 runners in scoring position, and the pitch misses low for a ball. Count now even at 1-1. So we mentioned yesterday, Klitsch had a big hit with the bases loaded, drove in a pair of runs. As he faces the 1-1, this one is popped into shallow center field. He's going to dunk in for a base hit. Here comes Jimenez to score, and the Nationals have now taken a 4-3 lead on the RBI single by Anthony Klitsch. Slot center Michael Mastrangelo is 1-for-1 with a single. Up here now with runners on the corner, still nobody out. Noto in some real trouble here. He's at 61 pitches now. And he delivers, misses way up and in. Mastrangelo takes that one for a ball, count 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Klitsch with the lead off of first, and Miller with the lead off of third. This one misses low as well. On the count now 2-0 to the catcher. Here comes the 2-0. This one a strike on the black on the outside corner. The count now 2-1. So the Nationals now with a 4-3 lead as they've tacked on a pair of runs here in the fourth. And he delivers. This one is flailed at a miss for a strike. The count now even at 2-2. Once again, this will be the last game of this set. For the Nationals, they split yesterday, won their game at Phoenixville 7-1, and then lost their game at Villanova 1-0. Games were against the Futures in the South Jersey League. Klitsch will take off for second base. So misses low and away for a ball. There's no throw down to second, so Klitsch is going to advance over with a nice stolen base there to put 2 runners in scoring position with the Nationals with nobody out. And Noto will deliver the payoff pitch. Swung on, and this one is popped up in the infield. The second baseman, Walensky, will put him away. And that's the first out of the inning. Here comes Dante Ricci as coach for Team Steel is going to come to the mound. We'll see if he just has a few words or if he decides to take him out. Noto's at 67 pitches. 40 of them are for strikes. He's gone 3 1/3 here. So Ricci, the final batter in the Nationals order, then they can flip it over. If Ricci can get aboard, the Nationals can really start to do some damage. So they're going to keep Noto in. Everybody's going back to their same spots. And pitch hitting for Ricci is going to be Copeland Colt. So Ricci is out as he struck out, and Culp is now in. And he delivers. This one is swung on and foul. Back, count 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Klitsch is over at second base with Miller over at third. The Nationals trying to tack on to this 4-3 lead that they've accrued here in the fourth inning as they tacked on 2 runs. The 9 hits on the ball game as well. So misses low and away, and it gets away from the catcher. Here comes Miller. Miller's going to slide in time. So Miller scores on the wild pitch, and it's now 5-3 game as Klitsch advances over to third base. So it'll be a 1-1 to Culp. Now with just 1 runner on base, but he's 90 feet from home. As this one is swung on and lifted foul down the left side. The count now, 1 ball on 2 strikes. It is a 5-3 ball game, and Culp can make it 6-3 with a base hit as this one is fouled straight back. And he delivers, and Culp checked his swing. They're going to say it's a ball, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. He appeals over to the infield umpire. So the count now even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 4th inning. Nationals with a 5-3 lead with Klitsch over there at third base. And he delivers. This one misses low, and the count now full. So Noto having some troubles here in the 4th inning, as he did pretty well moving forward. He allowed 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second, none in the third, and now it's been a bumpy ride here in the top of the 4th inning. And the payoff. Strike 3 as Culp is caught looking on the outside corner with a nice fastball. And that'll flip the lineup over. As the Nationals will send another pinch hitter up. So Conklin is out for Louis DeLitta. DeLitta, another left-handed batter for the Nationals, as this first pitch is fouled away. And the count 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Runner on third base with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. If you're just tuning in, it's a 5-3 Nationals lead. And he deals. This is up and away for a ball, and the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Klitsch with a somewhat conservative lead over there at third base. He'll score on a base hit no matter what. And he delivers. This one is laced foul and on an awkward angle now down the left. Left side hits some backstop there. Now the count 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Louis DeLitta pinch hitting for Paul Conklin here at the top of the Nationals order. And he delivers. This one is in there for a strike. Strike number 3. So with the 5th strikeout of the contest, Noto gets the 3rd out of the inning. But the Nationals score 3 runs on 5 hits, leave 1 man on base. And at the end of 3.5, it is a 5-3 Nationals lead with Team Steel coming to bat. So it'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. For Team Steel, as Gerard Perillo now takes the mound. So Culp got his at-bat in his inning pitch, and Perillo's going to take over now. On the bump, we'll look across the field to see if there's any other changes. Culp now moves over to second base, as Rivera takes over for Klitsch over at third. And it looks like DeLitta is in left field for Cerrone. So we're an hour and 12 minutes into the game. Perillo taking his warm tosses. So the full defense, DeLitta's in left with Miller in center. Conklin is in right. Rivera is at third with Jimenez at short. Culp at second with Dino at first. Perillo's at the mound, and Mastrangelo stays there behind the plate. Perillo pitched really well yesterday. He had 3 innings of 1 hit and 1 run ball. He got the tough luck loss against the South Jersey Elite squad, as the Nationals were unable to push anybody across. They only got 3 hits the whole game. It looks like Rodriguez is going to start warming up in the bullpen for Team Steel. So when that becomes official, we'll give you Noto's final numbers. As of right now, Noto can still win the contest if Team Steel takes the lead over here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Coach Vivetti going out to talk to his lefty, and it's like we're going to have one more warm-up toss, and he'll be ready to go to start at the bottom of the 4th. It's the 3rd pitch that the Nationals have used. They started off with Justin Rivera, who threw 2 innings of 2-run ball. Then Copeland Cope allowed 1 run in the 3rd inning. To the other side, it's been Noto for Team Steel. He had 4 innings of work so far. He's allowed 5 runs on 9 hits. So it's going to be the 6, 7, and 8 batters for Team Steel, as Flood, Duffy, and Steinhardt will take the plate. And Flood will lead things off. He was hit by a pitch in the first trip to the plate, as this one is cut on and miss on the fastball on the outside corner, and the count 0-1. Perillo winds and delivers. This one is swung on and missed again on the outside corner, and the count now 0-2. Perillo works quickly and throws a lot of strikes, especially against right-handed batters. And the 0-2. Strike 3. Catches him on the inside corner, so uses the advantageous arm angle there and catches him looking for the first out of the inning. So here comes Duffy, 0 for 1 with a fly out. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Perillo, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out. And he deals. Breaking pitch loops in there for a strike on the inside part of the plate. Count 0-1. So after 3 straight fastballs, opens up the lefty Duffy with a breaking ball. And the 0-1. This is low. And Perillo delivers. A nice fastball, just misses upstairs, though, and count now 2-1. And the 2-1. Cut on a miss on a nice fastball on the inside part of the plate. Now count even at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. 5-3 Nationals lead with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here comes the 2-2. Just misses on the outside part of the plate, and the count now runs full. Looks in on the signs, and looks like he's all set and ready to go. The payoff. Breaking pitch, same one as we saw for strike 1, gets him for strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Gerard Perillo, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. So from Steinert, he's 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. First time he's facing Perillo in this contest. This one is a ball on the inside part of the plate, and the count 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. And Perillo delivers. Cut on a miss on the pitch on the outside part of the plate, and the count even at 1-1. Perillo again working quickly, gets right back to the rubber. And here comes the 1-1. So misses low and away for a ball. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1. Misses off the plate, and the count 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Perillo delivers and misses inside, and he walks himself after back-to-back strikeouts. Walks the number 8 hitter Steiner, and that'll send up Lamondola. Lamondola is 0 for 0 with a walk. He's also made some nice throws to catch some Nationals base runner stealing as he caught Stironi. And he delivers. This one is laced into left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Toledo's got to go a long way to chase this one as this one rolls all the way to the wall. Steiner's going to round third. He's going to come around to score. The throw over to third base is not going to be in time, so it's an RBI triple for Lamondola. And it's now a 5-4 ball game as Team Steel is threatening here again to tie the ball game. That one went a long way over there into left field. As that 2-out triple now gives Team Steel the tying run right over there at third base with the lead run right there at the plate. So Perillo, after back-to-back strikeouts, he gives up a walk and a triple. And he deals. This one misses upstairs for a ball count 1-0. And the 1-0. Checked his swing, didn't go around. The count now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes with Lamondola over there at third base and Walensky at the plate. This one in there for a strike, right below the letters, right down in the heart of the plate. And the count now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 4th inning with 2 outs. The Nationals hanging on to a 5-4 lead here. Perillo deals. This one misses upstairs, and the count now 3-1. He's the final batter in the Team Steel order, so Perillo definitely wanted to get him out before the lineup turns over. And he deals. The 3-1 gets him to swing and miss at that offering, and the count now runs full. Perillo comes set, fires the payoff. And this one misses up and away for the second walk of the inning. That puts runners on the corners here with Lofton coming up. Lofton flew out to center field and flew out to left field, so he's 0 for 2. Marstrangelo calling out the first to third place. And the runner takes off. Mastrangelo fakes the throw down, and that's a strike in there. So Walensky in there with the stolen base. Runners on second and third now with 2 outs. The leadoff hitter for Team Steel at the plate. And Perillo deals. Breaking pitch. This one is fouled away. And the count now 0-2. So Perillo 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. He's already allowed 1 run this inning. And he deals. The outfield. But Team Steel pushes across 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 2 men on base, 2 in scoring position. And at the end of 4, it's a 5-4 Nationals lead. New Jersey's coming back to back. New Jersey will send up Anthony Stironi, Justin Rivera, and Brian Dino. As Rodriguez now takes over at the mound. As Noto takes over at first base. So it's just a straight switch there. So Noto can lose, can't win, as Rodriguez will take the mound here. Give you his final numbers. Noto threw 4 innings pitched, threw 78 pitches, 47 of them for strikes, allowed 5 runs on 9 hits, 2 walks, and struck out 5. As it looks like Rodriguez just registered in at 86 miles an hour on the radar gun. 87 on that one, so hard-throwing righty coming in. For Team Steel, looks like he can give some of these Nationals batters some trouble. as it's going to be Steroni, Rivera, and Dino all coming up. So wait for him to take the final warm-up tosses. It's a nice luxury here at the showcase is to have this radar gun over here so we can tell you what's going on. It looks like he's living around the mid to upper 80s with that fastball. Haven't seen a breaking pitch here in these warm-ups yet, so we'll see if he's got a compliment to it or if he's just a flamethrower. So the left-handed hitting Steroni will dig in. Comes up for the third time today. He is 1 for 1. Or rather, 2 for 2. With a pair of singles, one of them a bunt single. He's also scored a run and stolen a base. And here comes the first pitch. It's in there at 86, but upstairs for a ball. And the count 1-0. And 1-0. That one's in there for a strike over the heart of the plate. Now counting even on 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. This one misses up and away in the count now 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Steroni. Digging in here against the hard-throwing right-handed Rodriguez. And he delivers. Up and away for a ball. Got now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Steroni, and he delivers. This one misses up and away. So Steroni reaches base for the 3rd time this contest. This time by way of base on balls. And it'll send up Justin Rivera. Rivera's 0 for 2. He's pulled the ball twice, grounded out to the 3rd baseman, and flew out. Rodriguez looks in, checks on the runner. Slide step delivery is way upstairs for a ball count 1-0. And he deals. This one misses away for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Rivera's seen his average dip down, but just a 5.26 from 5.88, so not bad. Still leads the team with 8 RBI. And the 2-0 misses, clips the outside corner for a strike, rather. And the count now 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike against the hard-hitting Rivera. Steroni takes a healthy 10-foot lead off of first. This one misses upstairs again. And the count 3-1. So Rodriguez has thrown 9 pitches, only 2 for strikes. Righty looks in. And deals. This one misses upstairs again. So back-to-back walks to the 2 and 3 batters in the Nationals order. That'll send up Brian Dino. Dino 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. He grounded out on a chopper to the shortstop his last trip to the plate. This coach going out to talk to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with 10 pitches, 2 for strikes. He's walked back-to-back batters as mostly missing upstairs.
Up 2. 87. Warm up. Yeah, 87.
So Dante Ricci is going to go and warm up in the bullpen for the Nationals. Might be the next guy that they send out there. Ricci again was fantastic yesterday through 4 no-hit innings. Scoreless baseball. On his way to earning the W in the eventual national 7-1 win over the Futures at Phoenixville High School. So here comes the cleanup hitter, Dino, playing first base here for the Nationals today. He's 0 for 1, as I mentioned. And the first pitch is in there, right over the heart of the plate for a strike count 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, fouled, straight back, and count now 0-2. One came in at 83 miles an hour. So Rodriguez, after the meeting, showing a little bit more control. He's now ahead on Dino, 0-2. First time he's been ahead on any of these Nationals batters. Both runners take off. The 0-2 swung on and missed. The third on the third is in time. So it's a strike him out, throw him out. And just like that, there's 2 outs here on the top of the 5th. Bring up Jack Montalto here with a runner on second base and 2 outs. So the Nationals were in business with 2 runners on base, and their cleanup hitter aboard, or rather at the plate, as this one catches the outside corner for a strike. But now, after the aggressive base running move, they went for the hit and run, and it backfired just a bit, and now it's still a 5-4 lead, but all the momentum now with the steal, with the strike him out, throw him out. As this one is grounded through the hole for a base hit. They're going to send Rivera. Rivera's going to round third. He's going to come all the way around. The throws over the catcher's head. He comes in to score. It's an RBI single as Montalto trots into second, and it's now a 6-4 ball game. So here comes Santiago Jimenez, 2 for 2 with a double and a single. He comes up with a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th, trying to extend this 6-4 ball game. This one is laced deep into left field. Flood is backtracking. He's got to go all the way back, and it falls out of his glove, and he drops it, and it hits the ground, so it's an error by the left fielder. Montalto comes around to score, and now it's a 7-4 ball game. So Flood is upset in left field. He claims that after he dropped it, he was able to recover it, but it definitely bounced on the ground before he picked it up. And he delivers this one, misses upstairs for a ball. Now Joshua Miller at the plate. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles, also driven in a run. Rodriguez looks in, checks back on the runner, winds and fires. This one swung on. This one laced into left field for a base hit. Jimenez is going to come around to score. Miller's going to head over to second base, and he's in there in time. It's another RBI hit for Joshua Miller, and now it's an 8-4 Nationals lead. So nice little 2-out rally here for the Nationals as they've pushed across 3 runs, and here comes Anthony Klitsch. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a single, coming up with a runner in scoring position here. And the pitch in there for a strike count 0-1. Klitsch is 5 for 3 with runners in scoring position so far this season, good enough for 600 mark there. And here comes the pitch. This one misses low and away for a ball. Count even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Miller over at second base with the RBI double before. And he delivers. This one misses up and in. Coming in at 82 miles an hour. And the count now 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Miller over at second base with Klitsch at the plate. The pitch is cut on and miss on the inside corner. The count even at 2-2. So Deuces Wild here in the top of the 5th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 8-4 National with the runner on second base. 5th inning. It's over at Miller. Now back to Klitsch. And he delivers. Swung on and fouled back into the netting. We'll do it all over again. It's a nice, bright, sunny day here in Immaculata, Pennsylvania. There's a few very thin clouds in the sky. It's 78 degrees. Feels a lot hotter than that, though. And he delivers. Took a little bit off there with the breaking pitch. Missed upstairs and count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning. In the payoff. Low and away. And Klitsch reaches base for the 3rd time with his 2nd walk. Here comes Michael Mastrangelo, 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out. As he had all his catcher's equipment on, he's ready to go, but now he takes off the shin guards and he's ready to dig into the box. And here comes the pitch. Up and away for a ball, count 1-0. We're an hour and 35 minutes into the game. So probably won't hit all 7 innings. So we got to get moving on. There's 2 more teams waiting to play here. And the righty delivers. This one is swung on and nubbed over to shortstop. Going to be a tough play for Boyle. He fields, fires over to first, and he beats him for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Nationals score 3 runs on 2 hits, leave 2 men aboard, and at the end of 4.5 innings, have an 8-4 lead with Team Steel coming to bat. So we're heading over into the bottom of the 5th inning. It's going to be Real, Boyle, and Rodriguez all coming up. And the Nationals will take Perillo out, and it'll send in Dante Ricci. So I just realized I didn't give you Culp's numbers. So we'll give you Culp and Perillo's numbers. Culp through 1 inning, through 20 pitches, 13 for strikes. Allowed 1 run on 3 hits, didn't strike anybody out, didn't walk anybody. Perillo, in his inning, gave up 1 run on 1 hit, walked a pair, and also struck out 2 batters. So I'll make way for Dante Ricci. Perillo's going to get in there for some warm-ups. Klitsch takes over for Dino over at first base. And that means Montalto is now over at third. Culp stays there over at second. We'll see who's over. The other spots past Storage now is left fielder. Sorry for the mumbling, trying to think and type at the same time. I can do it, but I just did not do a good job of it right now. All right, so that'll do it. So the changes past Storage over there and left now. Montalto now takes over at third, and Klitsch over at first base. So it's going to be Real, Boyle, and Rodriguez all coming up for Team Steel. And Real comes up as 2 for 2 on the day. So again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. This is the best quality video broadcast that we've had for a Nationals game. We had our first video broadcast out of necessity yesterday in Phoenixville. A terrible vantage point. Now we got a much better one here. So we'll say this is the first real video broadcast of New Jersey Nationals baseball. As XLR still down. But we'll try to get it working for some future games because we're not always going to have a vantage point this good. So definitely want to at least have a clean audio broadcast for you. MixLR is a little bit better to use than YouTube Live, as many of you have downloaded the app to tune in and listen to our ball games. Once again, I'm Zach Smolin, and this is the farthest that we've traveled so far this summer for baseball here with the Nationals. We're down here in the Philadelphia area. So Ricci getting set and delivers his first pitch of the ball game. This one misses low and away for a ball. And the count 1-0. And the 1-0. Swung on, this one lifted and into left center field. Miller corrals it and puts it away for the first out of the inning. That's the first out of the bottom of the fifth. And that'll send up the shortstop Boyle, also 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. This one misses. And the count 1-0. I was going to say where it missed, but I actually didn't see it. And you guys would have known if I made a mistake because we actually have video this time around. So the 1-0, this one misses upstairs. So I knew the location of that one, 2-0. Our next broadcast, as of right now, won't be until next weekend. So 18U takes on the Giants. Is this one in there for a strike count, 2-1? That's going to be another home game for the Nationals. We might try to fit another weekday game in there for you. See what we can do. As this breaking pitch is chopped over, foul. Over on the left side, down the third baseline. Count even at 2-2. Ricci had 6 pitches, 3 of them for strikes, 3 of them for balls. So start to see the next two teams beginning to warm up. We're an hour and 41 minutes into the contest, so we'll probably hit that hour and 50-minute time limit for the new inning as this one misses low and away for a ball and the count runs full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out. The bases are clear. The Nationals with an 8-4 lead here. As big 4th and 5th innings catapulted them into the lead. This one is popped up into foul territory. Klitsch is there, and he puts him away for the second out of the inning. Let's send up Rodriguez. He's 0 for 2. A couple of flyouts, one in the infield and one over to center field. He's been hitting the ball mostly up the middle, though. And Coach Pavetti going to take him out. Try to cycle in another pitcher as he knows what time it is. I want to make sure he gets all his guys in. We'll see who's trying in. And it looks like she, who went 2/3 of an inning. No runs, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts either. So scoreless 2/3, and it's going to be Lombardo coming in. Lombardo pitched well yesterday. He gave up a run in 3 innings of work in game number 1. And came in to clean up at the bottom of the 7th yesterday. Didn't allow any runners to come across the score in that 1-0 loss. He's going to be tasked with getting out the cleanup hitter in this team seal order here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. as he just hit 70 miles an hour with that warm-up pitch. Ricci topped out at about 72 we saw before. It's a pair of college coaches meeting over with the Team Steel head coach down the third base side at Lombardo. A few more warm-up tosses, and we'll be ready to get set and get going here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Nationals are leading 8-4. We thank everybody for tuning in here, sharing your Sunday morning into afternoon here with us. The final game of this All-Star Baseball Academy showcase here in southeastern Pennsylvania. The Nationals won their first game 7-1 at Phoenixville High School against the Future squad, and then lost their second game to the South Jersey Elite 1-0. That was at Villanova's ballpark over in Plymouth. And now here over at Immaculata University in Immaculata, Pennsylvania. They have an 8-4 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning with 2 outs. Will Lombardo is in after 2 batters and 2 outs by Dante Ricci, and he'll face Rodriguez. This one is cut on and miss on the outside corner. And the count 0-1. As I mentioned earlier, Rodriguez 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts. And he delivers this one in there on the breaking pitch for a strike, and the count 0-2. Nationals with one more guy warming up in the bullpen. Can't quite tell who it is from here as the numbers obstructed, as this one is fouled back and out of play. And we'll do the 0-2 all over again. And the 0-2. Misses low and away, and the count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Lombardo delivers. Swung on. This one is skied into left center field. Coming on to make the play is Miller, and that'll do it for the final out. So no runs, no hits, nobody left.
6 minutes until 150. Yeah.
The Nationals used 2 pitchers, and it looks like we're just going to play the final 6 minutes of the ball game. So it's going to be Culp, and then the top of the order for the Nationals. So Rodriguez coming out for inning number 2 of work. Took 26 pitches in the first inning. 13 balls, 13 strikes. That one in there at 85 miles an hour on the warm-up toss. So the Immaculata coach going having a word with some of the Nationals players. I can't see quite who it is. Looks like it's Dante Ricci. So he's going to come back in and re-enter for a spot at the bottom of the order. So the Felician University coach having a word with Rodriguez. So a few more warm-up throws, and it looks like we're all set to go. This one is going to be the last one. So the game could probably end right here. They're just going to have them go this final half inning. We'll see if they decide to let Team Steel have another chance at bat in the bottom of the 6th. It is a showcase event, so a little bit different in terms of timing and allowing players or teams to play an X amount of innings. So it is going to be Culp up for the second time. And he's 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first trip to the plate. But that was with Noto on the mound. And Rodriguez deals. This one misses low and away rather for a ball. And the count 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Nationals with an 8-4 lead here in the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be Culp, DeLitta, and Cerrone all coming up. But this one is fouled way high down the left field line. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. So it'll be a 1-1 to Culp as he digs in. And Rodriguez winds and fires. This one breaks the bat and is going to drop in there for a base hit. So Culp gets himself a base hit. That's hit number 12 for the Nationals on the afternoon. And that'll flip over the lineup. So here comes Louis DeLitta. He struck out his last time up as well. Culp leads off at first. And the pitch. Right there in the outside corner for a strike against the lefty DeLitta, and the count 0-1. So this is the first left-handed batters that Rodriguez has faced. We'll have Cerrone next. And he deals. Swung on, fouled straight back, and the count quickly 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes with Culp over at first base. Nobody out in the top of the 6th. 8-4, New Jersey Nationals leading over Team Steel. And he checks on the runner, and it's not in time. So he heads back over. Rodriguez grabs his signs. And here comes the 0-2. This is a fastball on the count 1-2. And the 1-2. Up and away with another fastball. Count now even at 2-2. The Nationals have 8 runs on 12 hits. They've left 6 men on base. Team Steel has 4 runs on 7 hits, have committed 2 errors, and have left 5 men on base. Team Steel led 2-1 and then later 3-2 and then fell behind 5-3 and have never come back since then, as this one is upstairs. So after getting ahead on him 0-2, he's now run the count full 3-2. Culp with a 9-foot lead off of first. Rodriguez getting set. And to lose the payoff. The runner takes off, and it's strike 3, but he gets in there for the stolen base. So it's a strikeout looking for DeLitta and a stolen base for Culp. And there's a runner on second base now with 1 out. So I'll send up Anthony Cerrone. Or rather, no, they're going to have a pinch hitter. It's going to be Pastor pinch hitting for him. Julian Pastor taking in with the open stance on the right side, and the pitch is way up and in for a ball. Count 0-1. Pastor on the season, 0 for 6 with a pair of run scores. He's also driven in a run. He's walked twice. Looking for his first hit of the summer. And he delivers. Swung on. This one dribbled foul down the third base line. They count 1-1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out in the top of the 6th. We've exceeded the hour and 50-minute time limit. So Again, we'll see if the Steel are allowed to come back to bat and try to come back. But it's just a showcase game, so wins and losses aren't necessarily the point of this. It's to showcase the better players in this tournament. All the players really on these teams for these college coaches, as this one hits the outside corner for a strike, and the count now 1-2. And with that as the case, the Nationals have done a great job in this contest, showing what they can do. Some big offense from both sides. Some good pitching. No one really got out of hand as the breaking pitch is in there for a strike as he swings and misses at that one. So Pastor down on strikes, or Pastor down on strikes, and that'll send up another new batter for the Nationals. So they're going to pinch hit for Rivera with Dante Ricci. Ricci's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, comes up with the runner in scoring position and 2 outs. And the pitch in there for a strike. Nice fastball on the inside part of the plate, and the count 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking pitch, missed upstairs for a ball. Count even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 6th inning, 8-4 Nationals lead. Copeland Culp over there at second base. He singled and stole second. And Dante Ricci at the plate for the second time. Now re-entering pinch hitting for Justin Rivera. And he delivers. This one bounces. Front of the plate, count 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. And Rodriguez delivers. This one, strike at the knees. Good fastball there. And the count now even at 2-2. So Deuces Wild on top of the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dante Ricci trying to extend the Nationals' lead to 9-4. And the 2-2. Culp takes off. The pitch is above his head. The throw to third is not in time, so the count runs full. And Culp advances to third on his second stolen base. And the Nationals now have their potential 9th run 90 feet from home. Here comes the payoff. This is upstairs, and he walked him. So now runners on the corners here with 2 outs. And it's going to be Conklin coming back in, hitting for Brian Dino. Conklin 0 for 2, the pair of strikeouts swinging, coming up with runners on the corners here. The pitch. That one hits the outside corner for a strike count, 0-1. The next 2 teams making their way over near the dugouts. So we're about ready to come to a close here. And the pitch. This is low and in, trickles away, and that's going to allow Ricci to advance over to second base. So he gets over there on the pass ball. Now there's 2 runners in scoring position for Paul Conklin. And the 1-1. This one really gets away from him. That dribbles away for a ball. It's a wild pitch. Culp's going to come in to score. And now it's a 9-4 Nationals lead. So it'll be a 2-1 with the runner on third base. That's Dante Ricci with Conklin at the plate up against the hard-throwing Rodriguez. As the team still righty looks on his signs, winds, and fires. This one cut on and miss with a sizzling fastball. And the count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning, 9-4 Nationals lead. This could be it for the ball game. So we're really approaching that drop-dead time limit. And he delivers. Swung on and fouled off of Lemondola's mask behind home plate, and we'll do it over again. Rodriguez has thrown 50 pitches this afternoon, 26 for strikes. And the 2-2. Swung on and missed on the breaking pitch, and he sends Conklin down swinging. So we'll see if they send the Nationals back out into the field, and they're going to do that. So we are going to have one more half inning, as they're going to see what Brian Dino can do over on the mound. So Dino pitched 3 perfect innings last game. Out in relief. Had himself a couple of strikeouts in there as well, as the Nationals come back out to take the field. Cerrone goes back over into left field as Dante Ricci is going to take over at shortstop. Klitsch is still over at first. Conklin's still over there in right. And it looks like Culp indeed is over there at second base. So only a few minor defensive changes. It's going to be Noto, Flood, and Duffy coming up as they come in to face the left-hander Dino. It is 9-4 ball game, and this will be the last inning. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. We're really hitting that drop dead time here. We're 2 hours, so the game will end after these 3 outs. As the Nationals will give Dino a shot here to show what he's made of in front of this new batch of college coaches that we haven't seen so far until today. So once again, it's going to be Noto, Flood, and Duffy. So Nationals ended the last inning. They had 1 run in on 1 hit. They left the man aboard. Their line score is now 9, 12, 0, and 7. 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 7 left on base. As the Nationals look like they might try to squeeze one more pitcher in as there's somebody warming up in the bullpen. So they might let Dino come in and get a pair of outs and then see what else they can grab with one more pitcher. It looks like there's somebody in there with perhaps a coach. Can't quite tell who it is out there. So lefty-lefty matchup as Dino misses low and away with the fastball, and the count 1-0. Bottom of the 6th inning, a 9-4 Nationals lead, so teams still have to come over the steep 5-run deficit here against Brian Dino, who pitched really well yesterday for New Jersey. And he fires the 1-0, misses low and away again, and the count now 2-0. 2 balls, he delivers. Swung on this one, shot over to Culp at second base, picks it up, fires over to first, and that's the first out of the inning. So Noto retired on the 4-3. And that'll send up Flood. Flood 0 for 1, struck out, and was hit by a pitch. Another change in the field is Justin Rivera over at third base. I didn't see that right off the bat. And he delivers. Breaking pitch in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Count 0-1. Dino does a good job mixing around his pitches, especially against right-handed batters. Both Nationals lefties on this team, Dino and Parilla, are excellent at getting at right-handed hitters. This one is in there for a strike on the outside corner. Count quickly 0-2. Dino's throwing 5 pitches, 3 for strikes. And the 0-2. Breaking pitch misses badly away. Count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Dino delivers, and he gets him to foul it back. And we'll do it over again. This one ricocheted pretty hard off the backstop. And ends up near the on-deck area for Team Steel as the ball goes back over to the umpire. It'll be a 1-2 to the righty. Here it comes. Another breaking pitch misses away for a ball. And count even at 2-2. And the 2-2. Swung on and foul tipped into the glove of Mastrangelo, and that's Dino's first strikeout and the second out of the inning. So now here comes Duffy now. It's the final out for Team Steel here as they trail 9-4. Dino winds and fires against the lefty, and this one is dribbled right up the middle, and it gets through for a base hit. So Team Steel stays alive here with a single up the middle. And that'll send up Steinert. Steinert is 0 for 1 with a fly out and a walk. As the righty digs in against the left-hander Dino. Dino looks over, winds, and delivers. This one misses low with the fastball at 74 miles an hour, and the count 1-0. One ball, no strikes. This one misses away, so now it's 2-0 count. So clips the outside corner for a strike, count 2-1. So Dino finding the strike zone again there. Just needs one more out, and then the Nationals and myself will all be heading back home to North Jersey. He delivers. Swung on. This one grounded over to Ricci. Ricci's going to flip it over the short way, and that'll do it. So the New Jersey Nationals win this one by a score of 9-4. As the final out in there is 6-4, just speaking what I'm typing in. Just force that over there. The two teams are lining up, and that'll do it. So thank you so much for joining us here with the first crisp video broadcast of New Jersey Nationals baseball. The Nationals won this game by a score of 9-4. See who we'll give the win to. That's actually going to be a tough one because there's no long enough. So we can't give it over to the starter. So we'll give you a winning pitcher in a second. The losing pitcher, though, it's definitely Nito. Your New Jersey National of the game is Joshua Miller, who went 3 for 3 with a pair of RBI, also had a double. And we'll give you the winning pitcher in just a moment. I guess it's completely up to me. So give the win to Dante Ricci, who pitched a scoreless 2/3 of an inning over in the 5th for the win. And that'll do it here. So thank you yet again. The final score, once again, is New Jersey Nationals 9, Team Steel 4 here in Immaculata, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for tuning in on this video broadcast. Our next broadcast will be an 18U game over the weekend. That one's going to be on Saturday, but we'll try to get a weekday game in as we'll check the schedule and we'll send an email out to you. Hopefully MixLR's back up and running, but we appreciate you guys tuning right in here on YouTube Live. Once again, I'm Zach Smolden. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and we hope to see you next time. Have a great rest of your evening.